We are going to discuss the moral religions to manage the health and safety at workplace. Moral expectation also we can say about the moral religion which is expected from the employers. As per the ILO statistics, this is the data given in 2018 by the ILO. ILO is the International Labour Organization. ILO has explained and told to the whole world the size of the problem is very big because lot of accident, incident, and ill health is happening around the world related to occupational health and safety. ILO released the data that around 270 million occupation accident happens in a year. Around 160 million occupation disease happens in a year. Around 2 million people dies in a year due to occupation disease and accident. Approximately 4% GDP, gross domestic product, of the whole world is affected by the losses and arise from an accident. Around 3,55,000 fatal accident happens in a year, in which most occur in agriculture or finishing field. Like sometimes the lone workers are working in the agriculture field. These above statistics say that most of the workers who come to earn money lost their life due to their occupation. Hence, it is a moral duty of an employer to ensure the safety of a worker. The moral expectation is based on the humanitarian ground, as all the human coming to the work, so it is the basic ethical duty or responsibility of each and every human that they would be protected from any type of a suffering. The employer should take care to reduce or eliminating the pain and suffering of the workers while they are working. Moral expectation focus on taking the reasonable care by employer to provide the safe place to work. Moral region focus on the taking the reasonable care by providing the safe equipment and machinery to the workers. Moral legion focus on taking the reasonable care by the employers by providing the safe working environment and conditions to the workers. Moral legion focus to take the reasonable care, ensuring the safety of the workers or employees. Moral legion focus on following ethical ethics way to provide good health and safety. Moral religion focus on taking the reasonable care by developing safe working conditions. Moral obligation fulfilled by no harm to other workers. Moral religion take reasonable care or ensuring that no one get hurt at the workplace. Moral religion focus on the right way to do the things rightly, concern with the principle of the right behavior by or of the employer, like they should not give any abusive word at the site. They should not do the misbehave with the workers. Like moral expectation focus on the right attitude or positive approach of the employer toward the health and safety. Moral legion take reasonable care for ensuring the zero lost time accident for workers. Moral legion focus on taking the reasonable care or ensuring the safe preparation of the plant for contractor or workers, so they will not get any type of a injury. The moral legion focus on the unacceptability of putting the health and safety of workers at risk. Moral legion focus on taking the reasonable care, ensuring risk-free area planned by the employer. Moral region focus on the reasonable care by the employer, providing the adequate PPE, personal protective equipment, and guidance to the workers. so there will not be any accident or injury to the workers. Moral regions or expectation focus on the duty of care or the concern for others followed. And it should be visible by the employer, like the employers implementing the control measures like injury control, administrative controls. The moral region focus on the deep sense of commitment to be followed by the employers, or it should be visible by the employers, or to be implemented by the employers. So no one should get hurt by employers' activities. The moral region focus on taking the reasonable care by providing the safe system of work. The moral region focus on taking the reasonable care by providing the safe working procedures. The moral region focus on taking the reasonable care by ensuring the permit to work system for workers and contractors. The moral region or justification focus to provide freedom to workers to raise the safety concern, complaints, issues. The moral region focus on following the legal compliances requirement by law, like the organization is following the health and safety rules and regulation, like they are following the HASWA Act 1974, that is Health and Safety at Work Act, MHSWR 1999, that is the Management of Health and Safety Work Regulation, and ILO requirement like C155, Convention number C155, and recommendation R164, and RIDOR, reporting of injuries, disease, dangerous occurrence regulation. The moral region focus on fulfilling the health and safety commitment by the employer, like commitment to health and safety excellency, health and safety promise keeping. The moral region further focus on the dissemination of health and safety information to all the workers. The adequate information and instruction related to health and safety related to workers by displaying on the notice board in the form of signages also, and through the training can be relayed to the workers like induction trainings. Moral awareness focus by providing the health and safety training to its worker like induction training, job specific training, refresher training, etc. The moral region focus on the responsibility and accountability towards health and safety, like trustworthiness between the employer and the employee, which are fulfilled by the management or by the employer. The moral region or moral argument apply the collective health and safety control measures for all the workers. The moral region focus by taking care, ensuring the emergency arrangement at the workplace for on-site emergency as well as for the off-site emergency also. The moral region focus for the development and the implementation of health and safety rules, procedures for all the workers at the workplace. Moral region focus on the developed, implemented, maintain and review the health and safety policy time to time. The moral region focus to set the health and safety objective or target or health and safety aims or health and safety goals. The moral region focus the right choice in terms of health and safety. The moral region focus on the right approach toward the health and safety. The moral region focus on developed, implemented, maintained, and reviewed occupational health and safety management system, like, for example, implementation or development of ISO 45001 safety management system in the organization. The moral region can be like following the moral behavior, like by not using the abusive language with its workers. The moral region focus that health and safety is managed properly and ensure that people's workers do not get killed and suffered from any type of injury. The moral region focus transparency in the decision making toward the health and safety. The moral region focus on the fairness and professionalism approach, like team members are treated fairly in terms of health and safety. The moral region focus the respect for workers' integrity. The moral region develop and maintain the workers' dignity. The moral region focus on the health and safety code of conduct, which to be developed and implemented for all the workers and to be followed by the organization, including top management, middle management, lower management, and the workers related to health and safety. The moral region focus on the avoiding the conflicts like hot exchanges, arguments, and maintain all to induce the harmony at the workplace between the employees and the employers. Moral region focus on the manifesting high principle and standard of health and safety, like one example, providing the latest and safest machinery to the workers. The moral region focus on the organizational core values consisting of health and safety. The moral principle to be implemented, like doing the research toward the health and safety and implementing that outcome of the research, like safety survey and latest update about the health and safety. The moral justification or argument focus on the trust and reliability developed by employer or the management toward the workers. The moral justification or reason focus on the good, yeah, cordial relationship between the workers and employers or management. Now we can see the statement and conclusion exercise. Like we can see one scenario, the one contractor has a reputation for being irritable and unapproachable and is only seen when arriving and leaving and is occasionally abusive if interrupted with the workers. So whether this morally will be acceptable at the workplace? No. The answer is no. This is not morally acceptable at the workplace. Now we can see the no one has assessed the risk assessment in a hazardous car park area. So management has not done any risk assessment in a hazardous car parking area. So whether it is acceptable morally? No. This is the moral duty of employer to do the risk assessment wherever the risk exists or present. The worker feedback taken and the workers said that they would not report any accident because they were afraid of being blamed by the management. This reflects to the presence of blame culture, whether this is morally acceptable at the organization. No, this is not morally acceptable at the organization. There seems to be no statement of health and safety policy in the organization. So, as per the moral obligations, it is the duty of every employer to develop the health and safety policy, to implement the health and safety policy, and to display the health and safety policy. So, this is morally not acceptable. Now, we can see this particular statement. You have searched the company intranet, but you cannot find health and safety policy statement anywhere in the organization. It reflects the organization is hiding the safety related information from its worker. So it is very clear from this statement that management not informing. the safety statement, health and safety policy statement to its worker, even not displaying on the company intranet or any other notice board, and not communicated to any worker. So this is not morally acceptable. So by seeing the statement from the scenario or any case study, we can find out whether employer is fulfilling or the management is fulfilling their moral obligations or not. Thanks.